thought it would be fun to do a Bible tour of all my Bibles. This Bible I bought was this pretty pink King James Version Bible. What I love about this Bible is it has the largest font of any of the Bibles I own. So even when I get older and my eyesight starts to go, I will be able to read that text. I also loved that it came with full-sized maps in the back of the Bible on this beautiful glossy thick paper. I cut these out because I like to have them on the desk so I don't have to flip back and forth. I ended up switching to an ESV translation because one of the pastors I was watching online used the ESV. This time I was aware that there were such things as study Bibles, and I wanted extra notes. My favorite thing about this Bible is the size. It's a study Bible, but it is so small for being a study Bible. It does have smaller text, and the study notes themselves are pretty small, a little bit difficult to read. I also really like that it has cross-references in the margins, maps throughout the Bible, as well as larger ones in the back. I really like having maps right where I need it in the text. I wanted to add my own writing to the Bible, and so I switched to a journaling Bible. This is still an ESV because I had been told by somebody that the ESV was the most accurate Bible translation. I've since learned a lot about Bible translations, so I know otherwise, but at the time I thought the ESV was the best translation, and so I went on Amazon again and just searched ESV Journaling Bible, and this was one of the first ones that popped up, and it was affordable. I read the entire Bible in this very Bible. This Bible doesn't have any extras. It doesn't have maps or any images. It has a few footnotes at the bottom, no cross-references. Once I was getting toward the end of this Bible, I knew I needed a new journaling Bible. So that's why I bought this ESV Journaling Bible. Still got another ESV since I had been told it was the most accurate. When I ordered this, it was on clearance for really cheap, and it was so pretty. But when I opened it in the mail, it was tiny. The text is tiny. The note-taking space, the lines are really small. They're not even quite 4 millimeters wide. So I turned this into my topical study Bible. I have topics labeled at the top, and each tab goes to those verses. And then occasionally I've taken notes on those verses. And that's all this is. So I needed a new journaling Bible. And this time, when I got my new journaling Bible, I switched translations. Somebody had told me that the NASB was actually more accurate than the ESV. This is a Journal the Word Bible, and I love it because the pages are bright white and there are cross-references down the center. I love Journal the Word journaling Bibles. This one also has some red text, but it's actually this dark, almost maroon color of text. It's perfect. If you're gonna have red letter, this is the red to choose. This was my first hardcover Bible, and I thought I wouldn't like that, but I ended up enjoying it a lot. And now I don't have a preference. I like hardcover and softcover Bibles. I just don't have a preference. You could see this is pretty bare. I actually didn't end up using this because for the first time in my Bible reading journey, I researched translations. I realized that when people told me their preferences on translations, a lot of times it wasn't facts, it was their opinions. And so I started researching Bible translations for myself, and I got this parallel Bible. This is covered in paper. Originally it was a brown cover, but inside there are 4 Bible translations: the NIV, King James, NASB, and Amplified. This is the NASB 95, and I read this for a couple months exclusively, and I loved it. I would read every day and be able to compare 4 different translations. This Bible still remains one of my very favorites, but I still wanted a journaling Bible. And I realized that a lot of the translations I had been using didn't use gender accurate language. So I went with this She Reads Truth Bible because it was the cheapest CSB Bible with journaling space. It has 1 3/4 inch margins. I don't use this as a devotional Bible, but that is what it is sold to be. I just like it because there's journaling space. But the only problem I was running into is the pages are really smooth. They don't take highlighter or pen ink very well. So I ended up buying a different journaling Bible. But right around the same time I bought the She Reads Truth Bible, I was really into the CSB, and I bought a study Bible. So since I didn't like the ESV study Bible notes, I thought maybe a different translation will have better notes. I thought this Bible was gonna be my most favorite and most used Bible of all time. It has high quality maps spread throughout the Bible. This also has a lot of amazing images. all throughout the Bible, and it even has extra maps at the back. It has introductions to each book. The ESV Study Bible had that as well, but I didn't love the study notes. And there were some that I found downright horrible. So here's an article, for example, that I have just completely covered up because I thought it was so awful. They were adding so much to the Bible that wasn't there. The next Bible I bought was an NRSV. This is actually a Catholic Bible because it was the only journaling Bible I could find in the NRSV that I liked. It has dot grid on the side instead of a lined journaling space. It has nice white pages, and it includes the Apocrypha. Like, here's Judith. This is a really nice Bible. I like it a lot. It is my least favorite cover of all my Bibles. There's just this dark brown with this design, which I don't like at all. I just feel like it's very masculine. And ironically, it's my favorite journaling Bible on the inside. So it's not the outside that counts. The next Bible I got is actually an NASB journaling Bible. This is the NASB 20. And I got this because my other NASB didn't use gender accurate language, but this NASB does. I love the bright white pages. It has the least journaling space of all of my journaling Bibles, and it has this dark red cover that has a beautiful texture on it. I really love the cover of this Bible. So I use both these regularly, which I'll show you at the end of the video. So back to study Bibles, I decided to buy 2 more study Bibles. This is an NIV study Bible. This is an NIV Life Application Study Bible. Love the colors of the layout. It's kind of cool. They've color coded the Bible based on genre. So see here you have this yellow color for books of poetry. If I see a yellow line and yellow accents, I know that I'm in books of poetry. How amazing is that? Versus if I'm in the historical books of the Old Testament, I'm gonna have this bright blue versus this deep gray blue in the Pentateuch. I just love that. I really like this Bible. It's hardcover and it is pink, which you know I love. I don't know if I showed that it has maps and images just like the CSB Bible. It does. So if you're deciding between the CSB Study Bible and this one, I like this one much more. The maps in the back are not printed on that pretty paper that the CSB Study Bible is printed on, but they're full page. Then the Life Application Study Bible, I have so far liked several of the notes and little information graphics that I've read in this Bible. The Bible does have maroon accents, which I found interesting because I think an older version had green accents. There are some maps throughout the Bible. They are black and white images. So imagine my surprise when they had these full color, glossy, gorgeous maps in the back. I thought I'd have some black and white maps back here, but nope, full color, just so beautiful. And then it is this gorgeous deep red maroonish color, smooth faux leather cover. Last Bible I purchased is an NIV journaling Bible. In my parallel Bible I had the NIV translation, but I wanted to be able to read the NIV and take notes directly in the Bible. So I got this wide margin Bible. It's 2-column, but they have the journaling space on both sides so that the notes on this side can go to this column and the notes on this side can go to this column. It has red accents and it's that nice deep red. All of my Bibles that have red letter or red accents have a beautiful dark red color, and I'm so thankful. I love that so much. It has this light brown faux leather with a lot of texture. It is so nice. It feels like closer to leather than something like the Life Application Bible. These are both sold as faux leather, but this one is slick and smooth, and this is very textured. I like both, honestly. I don't have a preference. I love this Bible. I'm so obsessed with this Bible. But this is my very favorite Bible because I really love the NRSV. Did want to show you my 4 favorite Bibles right now. These are the ones I use every single day. I know it's a bit extreme, but I'm actually not even joking. So every single day when I go to read my Bible, I open all of these up. This is what my desk looks like every morning. I wish I could make a parallel Bible with the NRSV, the NIV, the CSB, and the NASB 20 and journaling space. It would have a rose gold faux leather cover like my She Reads Truth Bible. I love this color. Or this type of faux leather cover that I find on this NASB, but in baby pink, like light pale pink. This cover in this color, oh, I would be obsessed. And then a parallel Bible. That's my dream Bible. I hope that was a fun little tour. Let me know what your favorite Bible is, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.